Okay, let's take a comfortable seat, please, where you are and in the manner that you most feel stable and connected. You can rest your hands in your lap, let your eyes close. The birds you're hearing when I'm teaching, those are birds outside my window. So when you come to sitting quietly, see if you can enjoy the quiet. Delight in the sounds, whether they are your preferred pleasant sounds, or some sounds might be your non-preferred unpleasant sounds, depending on what's in your environment, of course. And try to sense as your body and mind are arriving here, as your heart arrives here, what is the quality, if you put it through the gunas, you feel more tamas, rajas, or sattva. So tamas in balance is the experience of stability, grounding, cohesion. But tamas out of balance is lethargy, apathy, dullness. The rajas in balance is a quality of energy, motivation, a feeling of intention. Rajas out of balance is a feeling of being scattered or having your energy dissipated, moving outwards in a horizontal pattern. And sattva is the quality of clarity, lucidity, an expansive quality in the mind. But sattva out of balance is the experience of dissociation or kind of disembodied or aloof, kind of like an evaporating quality. You're not really there. So you can just ask of yourself, hey, where am I? With tamas, rajas, and sattva. And if we look through this lens of the gunas, we can also look without judging ourselves. Gunas are energy patterns in nature, and we are a part of nature. When I say that we're not practicing judgment, we can call that ahimsa, the absence of the violence of judging in terms of evaluating unkindly. Judgment tends to close the mind. But when I say observing yourself through the lens of the gunas and without judgment, it is for the purpose of self-reflection, self-study, called svadhyaya, and it will need discernment. So you're noticing what you're noticing. And then with discernment, which is called viveka, discernment tells you what to do with what you're noticing, how to be in relationship with it, and how to help move yourself towards the goals of your yoga practice. And by this, I mean the total yoga, not only asana. Noticing in yourself tamas, rajas, sattva, and then listening moment to moment during the practice, what will help you to elicit yoga as a state of interconnectedness, presence, love. I'm going to ask you to do a specific kind of breathing practice right now. We'll do it about 5 times, and then we'll come to our chant together. So place one hand on your heart, and I'm going to ask you to actually pull down to press the sternum and the collarbones down so that your breath is going to be required to lift that up. So when you inhale through the nose, inhale from your low belly, mid-torso, and then up into the heart, and try to sense the inhale pressing your sternum and your collarbones upwards from within. And then hold that breath for a few moments. And exhale like a tiny cocktail straw. During the exhale, keep your heart lifted, so you're requiring the low belly to become responsible for your exhale. And then inhale again, first third, middle third, upper third, and press your heart upwards against the downward pressure of your hand. Hold the breath for a few moments. Exhale through the tiny straw of the lips. And then begin again with your next inhale. Release the pressure of your hand on your heart and just make that lift from within. And hold the breath at the top. Exhale. Twice more, please. Last one. And then deeply relax your body so you don't have to continue making the breath in any pattern. Just notice. What are the changes for the gunas in the nature of your body and in your mind? And we'll chant together Asatoma Satgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityoma Amritam Gamaya. So when we say tamas, you hear that in this chant when we sing Tamasoma tamas. When we say sattva, you hear that in the word Satgamaya, and also in Asatoma asat. That's the absence of truth. Satgamaya. May we have that which is true and clear and lucid, that which is sattvic. So please bring your hands together at your heart. And you can sing with me. Om Asatoma Satgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorama Amritam Gamaya Om Asatoma satkamaya. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Mrityodama amritam gamaya. Om asatoma satkamaya. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Mrityodama amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om. You may bow your head to your heart. Release your hands. Please open your eyes. We're going to do another pranayama form. Let me bring this down so you can see a little bit better. So in this pranayama, we have done this before. We're going to be clasping the hands. We'll be inhaling to go up. We're going to hold the breath like this. And then we're going to exhale and blow the breath out and bring the hands back down. Okay, let's try this, the basic steps together. So let's inhale to go up. And then hold the breath, hands on top of your head. And then you'll exhale to go down and you'll blow through the mouth. Okay, and let's imagine that you're bringing in vitality and then you're reducing the mayhem of the mind. Okay. Let's do it together now. Ujjayi inhale, raise the arms to help bring more space to your inhalation. Rest your hands on top of your head, and as you hold the breath in, lift the crown of your skull up into the pressure of your hands. Exhale to release. Again, inhale. Exhale. Okay, twice more. When you have your hands on top of your head and you're holding the breath in, press the crown of your skull up, but bring your shoulder blades down so your neck is getting longer as you suspend your inhalation. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. And deeply relax. And you can ask of your most sattvic mind, the part of you that's most clear and most lucid, what is a good intention for your practice this morning? How shall you proceed? We aren't just here for physical exercise. And then we're going to transition up to standing. So please come up to stand. We've been starting classes recently with a wide leg forward bend, and I'm going to ask us to do that now. I just want to switch the camera so you can see me better. So when you take this wide stance, generally it's about the length of one of your legs. So if your leg is only 2 feet long, then your stance is 2 feet wide. If your legs are longer than that, the stance is longer. And then come down to Prasarita Padottanasana. Place your fingertips, to make it lighter, place your fingertips on the floor or on your blocks. And when you inhale, I'm going to ask you to glide the heart forward and to look forward. Momentarily pause, suspend the breath. And then exhale, blow out through that silent straw. Bring your torso down towards your legs. Press into your flat palms now. Inhale through your nose, glide up to your fingertips. Bring your spine forward, look forward, suspend your inhale. And exhale through the straw of the lips. Press your palms down, 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 down. As you complete the exhale, tone the low belly. Pressing your hands down will help with that. Once more, inhale, glide forward, inhale through your nose. And exhale, blowing out. Now inhale up to your starting position. So your fingertips are on the floor. Walk your hands out like you're doing the downward dog pose, but do it on your fingertips, please. And now coming into your Ujjayi breath, so you'll breathe in through your nose, out through your nose. Try to balance the length of your inhale and exhale to each other. Also allow for the slight inhale suspension, a slight exhale suspension, what we might call the pauses in the breath. And I'm going to recommend when you're exhaling that you really focus on the tone of your low belly from your pubic bone up to your solar plexus. When you're inhaling, give the back body a chance to really parachute open. So even as if you were stretching the back of your t-shirt or the back of your clothing, the back skin of the body, the back of your heart, the space between the ribs, the intercostal muscles back there. And of course, the space between the top of your sacrum and the lowest part of your ribs. Let's do 2 breath cycles more. And exhale completely. When you complete that exhale, then walk your hands back towards your hips. Please rise up to standing and step your feet together, heel toe, or take a big step in. Okay, now we're going to come to the sun salutation from last week's class. I think it was last Sunday, where we're going to use the exhale and try to get a little bit of movement in the low belly. My intention is to help reduce what we're holding in terms of tension in the belly, but also to move energy so it's including the whole body more evenly. So join your hands together in Anjali Mudra. And using the same quality of Ujjayi, let's take the inhale, hands down, forward, arms up, look up. And then exhale, bend your knees and sit down into chair pose. Stay here for your chair pose. Inhale to parachute the back of your body. And now exhale and bring your torso down against your thighs. Reach your arms forward. Place your hands on your blocks and inhale, press down into your heels as you slowly raise your hips and cascade your torso down. And then exhale for the deep bow that is your Uttanasana. You're starting from a place much closer to your legs on this bow, so we want to go really inside the low belly. Then inhale, rise up to your fingertips. And exhale, bend your knees, touch your chest and your thighs, reach your arms forward. That's your exhale. Okay, now inhale up to chair pose. And exhale, push down to rise up like a sprout in the garden. Inhale, open your chest, your heart, your throat. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's repeat that, okay? Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. You may look up. Exhale, Utkatasana means chair pose. Use your Ujjayi sound, please. Pause here for the inhale, expand the back of your body. Exhale, bring your chest down to your thighs. So you're in a deep squat, reach the arms forward. Now inhale, place your hands on your blocks and slowly straighten your legs, energize your leg muscles, let the torso cascade towards the floor. Exhale for the deep bow that is your Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up to your fingertips. Exhale, bend your knees, float your arms forward. It is a deep squat. Inhale up to chair pose. Don't overarch your lower back to do your chair pose. Exhale, push down to rise up, root your tailbone, and then inhale for a little standing back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Same thing one more time. Inhale. Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, chest to thighs. Inhale towards Uttanasana. Exhale, deeper bow. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, bend your knees, chest to thighs, arms forward. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, push down to rise, upward hands. Inhale, little back bend. And exhale, hands to the heart. Stand really still. And listen for the gunas, right? So, tamas, rajas, sattva. Listen for the purpose of svadhyaya, to reflect on, to study yourself, like you might study nature or math or art. You're studying yourself. Study for the purpose of learning, not for the purpose of critiquing. We're going to add in the remainder of the sun salutation. So inhale, rising up, move joyfully, but also as if you were moving in water that you don't want to make a lot of splashes about. Chair pose. Inhale in chair pose. Exhale for this movement towards Uttanasana. Chest to thighs. Reach the arms forward. And then you inhale towards your Uttanasana. Energize your legs, especially root down through your heels. And then exhale for the deeper bow. For those who would like, you can put your hands behind your calves. And then inhale up to your fingertips. Lift your torso. Exhale, take your left foot straight back. Complete your exhale. Reach your arms back towards your left leg. And then as you inhale, make a big circle of your arms to reach them both forward like you were doing in that squatting chair pose. And then exhale, root down to rise up, crescent lunge. Good. Inhale to open your lunge pose like a little back bend. Exhale, gaze forward, reach upwards. Inhale to open. Exhale, gaze forward, reach upwards. Tone the low belly. Yeah. Inhale to open once more. Exhale, draw the low belly in, reach upwards. Now inhale, reach forward like both arms are arrows. And exhale, lightly touch the two blocks. Use your fingertips. Inhale, step your left foot forward, bring your heart forward. Okay, when you exhale, take your right toes back and reach both arms straight back towards your right foot. Okay, now here on the inhale, sweep your arms forward like a big circle. And then exhale, root down to rise up. Good. Okay, inhale to open. It's like opening the sky of your mind. Exhale, draw the belly in, reach your arms up, gaze forward. Okay, and to open. And exhale, draw your belly in, reach up, both arms are like arrows. Good. Inhale to open once more. And exhale, reach up. Keep your foundation really stable. And then reaching forward as you inhale, energize your back leg. It's a part of your pose. Then exhale, lightly touch the two blocks. Place your hands now so you can step backwards to downward dog pose with your blocks. Okay, breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through your nose. When you next inhale, glide forward to plank pose. And then exhale to cat pose. So you're going to press down firmly with both arms, touch your knees lightly down. There's your cat pose. Now inhale to cow pose. Bring your heart forward. Exhale to cat pose. Make your arms strong and steady. Inhale to cow pose. Bring your heart forward, lift your gaze, open your throat. And exhale to cat pose. Okay, last one, inhale to cow pose. Curl your toes under, exhale to plank pose. And inhale, downward facing dog pose. Then exhale, right foot forward, left foot forward, Uttanasana. And one inhale to rise up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, let's repeat that once more. So inhale, when you're reaching up, think of Rajas as motivated to go upwards. When you're bending down, think of Tamas as motivated to go downwards. Here, when you exhale and you bring your chest and thighs together, you are momentarily compressing energy. Then hands to your blocks, inhale to Uttanasana, keeping some of that compression. When you exhale, place your hands behind your calves and make a deep bow towards the legs. So that's compressed. Now we inhale, bring the heart forward, decompressing. Exhale, left foot back. So you have your chest and right thigh touching, arms back. Inhale, sweep your arms forward, but keep the compression on your low belly. Now exhale, root down to rise. Tone your low belly there. And inhale to decompress your mind, your heart, your body. Exhale for the tone of the low belly, so you're reaching upwards. Rajas is upwardly motivated. Inhale, open to the sattvic quality of the mind, like the sky. Exhale, tone your belly, reach upwards. One more time, inhale to open like a back bend. And exhale, Gaze forward, reach upwards. Now we inhale to reach forward, tone your left hip, your right hip, left toes, right heel. And then exhale, touch the 2 blocks, keeping the compression of your torso on your right thigh. Inhale, step forward, heart forward, decompression. Exhale, right toes back. Compress your chest and left thigh together. Don't hang on your left hip, but they are touching. And then inhale, both arms forward. Exhale, root down to rise up, crescent lunge. Good job. Inhale to open leg, decompressing the mind, heart, and body. Exhale, gaze forward, arms up, tone your belly. Again, inhale to open. Exhale, rise. Notice that the lift has to include the tone of your low belly. Once more. And then exhale, rise up. Now keep your left outer hip strong. And as you inhale to come forward, tone your right butt muscles. They are a part of your foundation. And then exhale, touch the 2 blocks. Place your hands firmly to step backwards to downward dog pose. Inhale forward to plank pose. So you tone the low belly here, but there's no real compression except what the abdomen can provide to itself. When you next exhale, roll into cat pose. So keep your back body like a parachute. Touch the knees really lightly down. And then inhale, roll your heart forward, cow pose. Exhale to cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one, inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. And then take 1 block to sit on, back in Vajrasana. And when you take a seat, think of this as your mountain pose, but you're kneeling. And you can use 2 blocks, you can use 1 block, block medium, block flat, whatever you prefer. And listen again for the qualities of the gunas. Tamas is that which is grounded and stable. It runs the risk of becoming inert and stagnant. Rajas is motivated. Hopefully it's going vertically, you're evolving. Otherwise, this motivation goes horizontally, it becomes scattered. And sattva is clarity or lucidity. So svadhyaya is the practice of reflecting on and studying ourselves for the purpose of evolving, not for the purpose of devolving, where we fall into spirals of judgment and so on. So now we're going to do a pranayama practice that you have some familiarity with. I'm going to recommend for some of you, you can all try it if you want to, but some knees don't bend as far as others. So I'm going to roll up this blanket to put under my knees. This is a way of doing a supported child's pose. This particular child's pose, we're actually going to have the hands on the blocks. So it's going to be cat, cow, and child's pose combined. Okay, and there's a sound. So I know you guys in class, and I know that you can do this, but I will demonstrate once through. So we're going to be in child's pose at the end of an exhale. And then when we inhale, you can watch here. We'll go inhale, to cat, and we'll undulate right into cow pose. There's the top of the inhale. And then we'll exhale through cat pose to child's pose like this. Hum. And then we'll inhale to undulate forward again from cat to cow pose. Okay, so the exhale with that hum sound is spelled H-U-M, hum. On the M, the lips go between the teeth, and there's a vibration at the back of the throat in this hollow. And if Chris Canaris were here, he would tell you that you're getting the benefit of nitric oxide. We can talk about that another time. But it's not just a yoga practice to have vibration. It's not just nitric oxide. It's also pranayama, and it's massaging, vibrating at the throat, which is one of the ways that we nourish the vagus nerve, our vagal tone. Okay, so let's start in your child's pose. And then when you inhale, undulate your spine to cat and all the way to cow. Hum. Inhale at your own timing. Three times more. Once more. When you arrive in this child's pose, put one of your blocks under your forehead, please, and place your elbows on the floor in front of your blanket or your knees, and please do palms face up. Notice the quality of your mind in observing yourself right now. And then please place your hands on your blanket. Roll yourself up to kneeling. Okay, so you can keep your blanket roll. We're going to use a different practice right now. So hopefully that helps your mind to be present for where we're going next, and that we can do a kind of strong practice for the legs and the torso without the mind becoming aggressive. Aggression is when rajas becomes more horizontal, and it's possible that we are aggressive with ourselves, not just with others, or become aggressive with the body, which isn't really a good way to be in relationship with your body. So please take a wide stance like this with your two blocks. We're going to go through a series of standing poses, going from this center kind of pyramid position upwards towards the poses. And the two blocks are my request for you to have a more spacious experience of these standing poses. Okay, so starting here, Turn your left heel slightly out. Turn your right foot completely to the right. So this is an asymmetrical stance now. Press down firmly into your right arm. The left arm could be like a decoration, right? It doesn't have that much responsibility right now. Press from your right hip into your right foot and try keeping your right knee deliberately rolled in line with the toes of your right foot. You can widen your left hip to the left. I know this is a bit of an unusual position to start with. It's like the bottom half of triangle pose, but not the top half yet. You come up to your fingertips on your left hand. Keep your right palm firm. So now the spine is twisted a little bit to your left, and we take the left hip wide to the left so that your right leg should feel like it's getting gently longer, incrementally longer. Turn the block on your left hand up to the tall setting. Press down there with your fingertips so the torso twists a little bit more to your left. But keep the foundation of your legs very stable. So squeeze the right leg muscles. Lengthen the inseam of your right leg. And now as you keep both legs steady, lift your left arm. So this is an unusual twist for some of you. It's like a combination of triangle pose and the wide leg forward bend with a twist. See what you do when you recognize a new twist, a new pattern in your body. What does your mind do? What does it say? What does it say about you, about your body, about the pose, the practice, the teacher, about life? And then when you exhale, let the left arm come down to that tall block, make it into the medium block again, and roll your right foot back to parallel. Put your weight into your left hand. Now take the right heel and turn it slightly out. Turn your left foot completely out. And try to keep your torso centered to start. So you really have to set up your legs first. So press firmly into your right heel. Tone your inner right thigh. Energize your left leg and lengthen the inseam of your left leg all the way to your big toe. Make the left arm stronger, please. Your right arm can dangle like a decoration, so you know you're not really using it. Widen your hips to your right. Say hello to your left inner thigh. Place your right fingertips on the block to put a little pressure into that so you are starting your twist to your right. Widen your right hip to the right. Take the block a little taller, place your fingertips and press down into your right arm as well into your left arm. So your upper back is asymmetrical right now. Notice what you're doing with the breath in your body and how you feel this time with something that's a little bit unusual, not quite your customary experience of either Prasarita nor Trikonasana. You widen your right hip to the right again, and keeping your right hip toned and steady, raise your right arm up. And when you meet with a limitation in your body, which everybody has limitations, but when you touch a limitation, notice what your response to that is. And breathing in. And as you breathe out, bring your right fingertips back down to the tall block, make it a medium block. Center both hands, turn your left foot back in. Okay. Shift your hands to your hips, rise up to stand. Bring your feet in, let's take mountain pose and take notice. Okay, what is it like when you come back upright? How are the gunas moving in you right now? Where do you feel stable, energized, or clear? Tamas, Rajas, Sattva. Okay, now we're going to take it to warrior 2 and side angle pose. We're going to do it in a particular process. So take a wide stance again. Thank you for being willing. Come on down, so both hands on your blocks. Turn your left heel out slightly. Turn your right foot out directly. And walk your left block to your right and your right block to the right also. So you're a little bit askew here. Okay, take both hips and widen them to your left. So when you do that widening, it should feel like the left hip is reaching to the wall on your left, and now the right inner thigh is like, oh, hello, good morning again. With your hands in this kind of staggered position, so we're not centered where we started, we did walk over. Press into both hands, please. So left hand and right hand. Energize your right leg. And do what you can now to bend your right knee to go out over your right heel. Press your right knee open using your outer hip muscles. And then take your right hand up to your right knee and give a gentle extra encouragement. If possible, you can straighten your right arm so you're also stretching the side of your waist on the right side. Breathe into your right hip, right low belly, right back waist. Sometimes you guys know that I call this the football yoga pose combo, as if the left hand and shoulder were on the scrimmage line. Your head is pointing towards the scrimmage line in football, but the right leg is doing warrior 2, left leg is doing warrior 2. Can you please breathe in? And then place your right hand back on its block and see if your right knee will stay where you put it. Walk your left block to your right. Walk your right block further to the right. Press down firmly into both arms. Straighten your right leg. Draw your left hip way back to the left. Say hello to your right inner thigh. And exhale, bend your right knee. Glide it back into your sort of warrior 2 foundation. Again, inhale, straighten your right leg, glide your left hip back. Say hello to your right inner thigh. And exhale, glide your right knee out over your right heel. Now take the block under your right hand and place it to the inside of your right ankle. Left hand can follow the right. Press firmly down into both hands. And keeping your right arm firm, let the left arm be like a decoration. And then sweep your left arm past your left ear. Rise up to your right fingertips on your block. And press firmly into your left heel. This is called Parshvakonasana, the side angle pose. Look at how you got here. An unusual journey. So notice how you arrive then with your mind between tamas, rajas, and sattva. Now make the right outer hip very firm, really toned. Press your right knee open and squeezing your right hamstring muscles, right outer hip muscles, rise up to warrior 2. Very good. Gaze out over your right fingertips. Notice the responsibility your right leg has here, and how you're doing with that responsibility. And then we're going to tip down, so right fingertips to your block. Keep the right outer hip very steady. Sweep your left arm past your left ear. And then roll down with your left hand, so both hands go back flat to the 2 blocks. And walk yourself towards center. Keep your right leg in warrior two as long as you can. And then turn your right foot in, straighten your right leg. Okay, momentarily, please rise up to standing so you can notice what's different right leg to left leg. My guess is that your meditation seat is going to feel easier for your hips and pelvis when we get there. So let's do the second side of the sequence. So you start symmetrically, then turn your right heel slightly out, turn your left foot completely out. Watch out for obstacles like water glasses. Now walk your right block to your left and left block to the left. Widen your right hip to the right. So you can say, as I said on the other side, hello to your left inner thigh. Press into both arms somewhat firmly. Keep drawing your right hip wide. It's going to feel like you take it to the right and then, oops, it's a little bit forgetful and you got to take it back out to the right. Keep the left leg, the inner thigh long and also strong. Press into your left big toe. And then begin to bend your left knee. So it comes into warrior two for your legs. Press down through your right forearm and hand on the block and take your left hand up to your left inner thigh. You can press your left knee open, just, firmly, but also gently. If you're able to straighten your left arm, you can stretch the left side of your waist. Now keeping your left knee pressed open, take notice, left big toe, all four other toes, left outer heel, your left outer hip. Keep the left inner thigh long and the left outer hip strong. Place your left hand back on your blocks. Walk your right block to the left block to the left. And walk your left block to the inside of your left ankle, right block around. Okay, so press firmly into your right heel. Aim your left knee in line with your third toe and tone your left outer hip muscles. This is a very small region right around where your thigh bone is coming in towards your hip socket. Keep that toned. And then place your fingertips on your left block there and rise up to side angle pose. This really small region of the muscles that stabilize your left hip, they're then supported by larger muscles around that. For example, if you press into your left outer heel and tone the muscles right between your sitting bone, left sitting bone, and your outer thigh bone, your pose will have more stability. That's good, yeah. Now keep the left inner thigh long, please, and rise up to warrior two. Gaze out over your left hand. Nice. And notice what's alive in the legs, what's happening, what have you created here in this tamas, this foundation. Hopefully it's a stable foundation and a very energized foundation. And then as you exhale, while keeping your legs very consistent, place your left fingertips on your block. Press back into your right heel. Enjoy Parshvakonasana. A deep breath, please. And then exhale and roll down. Right palm flat, left palm flat. Keeping your legs steady, walk back towards your center. Hold your left leg in warrior two as long as you can. And then turn your left foot in, straighten your left leg. And momentarily come down to Prasarita Padottanasana. And then hands to your hips, please, and rise up to standing. Let's go heel toe or take One big step in, followed by the other. Mountain pose, please. So you're noticing what you're noticing. Observe the quality of your mind that does the self-reflection, the self-study. You can observe mind habits and kind of name them, like disappointment, pride, astonishment, assessing for failure, assessing for greatness, you know, all these things. Okay, and now I'm going to ask you to take that blanket roll that we had before, and we're going to be sitting on it. Let me explain here. So keep your blocks as well. You take this blanket roll, and the way that you rolled it, I got a little bit unrolled. The way that you rolled it, hopefully it's firm, at least on one side. Usually that's not the side with the tassels, it's the other side. So what I'm going to do here is slide this back, and then you're going to sit on the blanket, on the edge of the blanket, with just your sitting bones on either side of the blanket roll. Okay, and then place the knees out to the side. This is called Baddha Konasana. You can have some support under your knees. Bring your fingers around your toes. And begin the journey of coming forward. For those of you for whom the beginning is almost the same as the ending, which means like you go right down in Baddha Konasana, please enjoy your genetics, but also be thoughtful about not overusing a certain amount of flexibility in your body. For those of us for whom we don't go that far forward, you don't have to assess for being somehow a yoga failure. You're just acknowledging what your body can do. Now I'm going to recommend something in the pelvis and the subtle way that you come forward. See if you're able to slide your sitting bones back. Lengthen your tailbone back as if the blanket were a long tail. Lengthen your spine. You can lift up through the base of your skull. So your head is actually in line with your spine here. Allow the breath in through your nose, down to the low pelvis, into your back waist, up to the back of your heart. And then your exhale, deeply toning your lower belly. Draw in towards your sacrum, up towards your solar plexus. Now, while sitting on these two sitting bones on either side of your blanket, please rise up to sitting. Drape your hands out over your knees. Consider this to be another variation on your mountain pose. You're trying to be very still and reflective right now. Cross your ankles, so your right ankle is on the outside, left ankle on the inside. Cross the ankles like we were told to sit cross-legged in kindergarten here in the US. More like what we used to call Indian style, which meant Native American Indian. East Indian, we sat with the feet lined up. So this is crossing all the way. And then take your left hand to your right knee. Walk your right hand back around, maybe to the back side of your blanket. And please twist to your right. You can gaze over your right shoulder if you have the flexibility for that. You could choose to gaze over your left shoulder. It does change where you feel the twist or the openness. Both are valid, so don't give yourself only one option. You can even explore each of them. Now your abdomen is what causes the compression during your exhale. As you tone the exhale, 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 you're creating that compression from abdominal strength. Then you have the decompression during your inhale. And let that decompression actually be expansion through your back waist, your side waist, up into your heart. And rotate around to come forward. Right hand across to your left knee, please. Raise up through your heart. Oh, sorry, switch your ankles. That's why I was being deliberate about your ankles. So left ankle on the outside now, right ankle on the inside. Notice for 3 or 4 breath cycles more, the exhale is a time of compression. Your inhale is a decompression. When you complete your 3rd exhale there, which might be your next exhale, then return to center, hands over your knees. You're being serenaded. Okay, now we have our blanket and our 2 blocks. Please scoot forward so you're not sitting on your blanket. You can reach for a second blanket like we did yesterday in restoratives. I'm going to put the soles of the feet together. When you lie back, this blanket supports you at your lumbar spine. And this one is to give some comfort to the belly. Oh, and the blocks go under the knees. Now, something to take notice of, you have this extra blanket here. And to make an inchworm under the neck, we go like this. Curl the blanket right there. And then you have to use your head. When you've got a blanket roll, you have to use your head to kind of make sure that shape is going to stay. So notice that the throat is gently open, kind of like neutral. It's neither too closed nor too open, but somewhere in the middle. And you take the arms out to the sides. Support your knees generously. You're not trying to have your knees reach the floor here. And allow your shoulders to melt down on either side of these blankets, to melt down towards the floor. The Shavasana is intended to be the most sattvic of your poses, the time where you are naturally and gently returned to your sattvic nature. You're integrating. So when you let the shoulders melt down towards the floor, also consider a kind of release into that which is most clear, most lucid, most expansive within you. Now to practice allowing your shoulders to release, it is helpful to soften all 5 senses and the activities of your mind. And release your eyes, your nose, your tongue, your ears, the skin of your body. As your shoulders get heavier towards the floor, invite the base of your neck to release any bit more tension, and for your senses to respond. So there's reciprocity between the heaviness of your shoulders, the deep ease and quiet of your senses. Invite that ease to go a few degrees deeper and deeper yet again. Welcome your shoulders to release again, and for your senses to soften in response to that release. Welcome the base of your neck to be at ease. Now keeping everything quiet in your Shavasana. Let your mind go a little more deeply into relaxation. And turn your head on your blanket as far as it comfortably goes to your right. You're still on the inchworm curl, so turn your head just as far as it comfortably goes to your right. Relax the right side of your face. Invite the left side of the neck to open a little bit. And roll your head to center. If your inchworm needs an adjustment, you do so, and then turn your head as far as it goes to your left. Let the left side of the face relax. Gently stretch the right side of your neck. Bring your head to center. Bring your knees up from your 2 blocks. And set your blanket aside. And roll to your right. You are on just one little blanket there, but roll thoughtfully to your right. You can make a little pillow for your head. And then use both hands to come up to sitting. And you could either choose to use your rolled blanket for pranayama, or you can sit on the other blanket, or you can sit in a chair if that's what your practice is right now. And we'll sit in Siddhasana for those who can. For those who need different positions, that's of course okay. We're going to be practicing pranayama and meditation. I have all the windows open in my room, so I'm going to cover my legs for warmth. And also it kind of increases that sense of tamas, grounding or stillness. So the pranayama that we'll do, I'll talk you through the first one, and then we'll do several repetitions, and then we'll see how the meditation feels. So place your hands out over your knees. So what we'll be doing is we'll inhale through both nostrils. All inhales will be through both nostrils. We'll suspend the inhale at the top, and then we're going to exhale left nostril only. We'll inhale again, we'll suspend, we'll exhale right nostril only. My invitation for you is that your inhale and your inhale suspension are equal to each other, and the exhale is longer than both of those. So it might be like inhale 10, suspend for 10, exhale for 15, or for 14 or 20. Don't make yourself breathless, please. So prepare your mudra for the nostrils, but keep it at rest when you're not using it. Okay, breathing in through the nose, all 3 regions of the torso to hold the breath at the top. And then when you suspend the inhale, lift your heart from within, snug the low belly in and up. Bring your right hand up, exhale left side only. Release your right hand, inhale both nostrils. When you hold the breath at the top, you'll again lift the heart, you'll snug the belly in and up, but you'll also lift the base of the skull. So all three bandhas will be there. When your pace is ready for it, exhale right nostril only. Inhale both nostrils. Suspending. Exhale left. Please continue at your own pace. Inhale and suspension are equal. Exhale is longer. One more time, left and right, please. Finishing with exhale left. And then sit quietly when you are complete. And practice observing the qualities of your mind. Invite yourself to stay very quiet. This is a sublime opportunity. And stay with the central experience of quiet. You're observing the nature of the mind, but observing from the place of sattva. So stay with that inner quiet a short while longer, please. Good. And then without disturbing your mind, you can join your hands together at your heart. When you bring the palms together, know that you are bringing together left hand, right hand, but also setting aside past, setting aside future, coming into the present. You can sing with me once through. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorama Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namah Hari Om. Thank you very much, everyone. Namaste. Now you may say,